Hey everybody, welcome to the Johnny Shiny Experience. I'm Hema and this is Jhansy.
Hey,
So I hope everybody is having some nice stuff in their neck of the woods, at least surviving through all this stuff. When I pick people up, I always get them to laugh. I say, so how's it going? I always say, how's it going? All things considered. And then they'll always laugh. They'll say, oh, I guess it's going okay. It's kind of like how we have to be these days, I guess, is a little bit light
yeah,
with everything that's going on in the
yeah,
world.
yeah. Everything's pretty good over here. Luckily, I'm up in the mountains, and as you can see, I got this view, and I can be outside as much as I want. It's cold, so I'm not always outside. But the days
Yeah,
that it's warmer, it's been awesome, and
yeah.
there's a
The other
lot to
day it was
watch
90
here.
degrees here. The
Yeah.
other day it was 90
So
degrees here.
yeah, so I'm fortunate for that. I feel grateful because people are dealing with way more difficult circumstances. Okay, little bugs, don't come here or you'll die.
Yeah, there's some pretty intense circumstances going on right now. So this is an announcement for everybody that follows us. We're looking for people that want to be I guess we were saying using the word guinea pig, but anybody that wants a reading, and we can do a Zoom meeting like this, and we can do a reading for them, and we can ask them or talk to them and do the reading, do their chart, and it's kind of a way for us to show how it is that we do readings. So it's gonna show all your stuff in your chart, and it kind of shows my style, her style. We'll do one where I do it. We'll do one where John C does it, and then we'll do one where we do it together. So it can be a three-way meeting.
Yeah, because we offer all those three services. You can so if you or anybody you know is willing to have their chart read in public, the video will be published on our website and on the Facebook. If you dare.
Yeah, whoever has the courage, right?
Whoever has the courage to do it. I mean, we're not gonna like say we're gonna keep it respectful.
Yeah, and well, the way that we do it isn't like as intense either.
Yeah, but there's
Uh,
things that we say in private that we're not gonna say in public.
yeah, exactly.
We're like there's
Unless
certain
they want to
things.
go there.
I mean, unless the person says, yeah, like just throw, put me out there, put me on blast. Then sure.
Yeah, sure.
But yeah, I don't know. I feel like automatically I have some sensors that might come up, privacy.
Yeah,
But anyway, point is we're doing that. So all right, so you guys volunteer. We don't want to make this video too long, so let's get to the other thing that we're gonna talk
yeah.
about.
I want to talk a little bit about Ashtakavarga, which is a very interesting and powerful. It used to be something that was very difficult because you have to make all kinds of calculations to make it so that it works. But the thing is, these days, you can do it, the computers do it all, so it's a lot easier to find and calculate those things. So I'm going to share my chart here. Can you see it?
Let me see. Yeah.
Okay, so this here is my chart. And so this over here in the lower corner is what's the thing that I'm moving is the Ashtakavarga. So I did a little bit of research, and this is the major Ashtakavarga, right? So they say that you can find anything which is above 25 points in this chart is considered to be a decent house. If it's above 28, it's considered to be powerful. And if it's, in the 30s, It's considered very powerful. And the highest number chart is considered to be the most powerful, obviously. And the least numbered chart, in my particular case, the 7th house, is the weakest house.
Sorry. So is mine.
Yeah. And so my strongest house is the 4th house.
We keep it light over here, okay?
Yeah.
Laugh.
You got to laugh at it. So they say you, to determine, here's something interesting I found. The 12th house is losses and the 11th house is gains. So if your 11th house, Ashtakavarga, is bigger than your 12th house, then they say that it's better. Like if your 12th house, Ashtakavarga, is bigger than the 11th, it means that you end up spending more money. And you end up having more debts and things like that.
It also means that your karma is more towards liberation.
That's also true.
So
from the spiritual perspective, I guess from the material perspective.
It's not, yeah. I mean, it's even from, yeah, it's you know, all the 12th house indications would be stronger in a person's chart, which, you know, are great. 12th house is the end.
Yeah.
Takes us to the next thing. So it's not necessarily bad.
Not
Bad.
necessarily bad.
It's just maybe not as materially prosperous.
Yeah. So my 11th house here is 34, and my 2nd house is 34. So these are actually both my second most powerful houses. And then my 4th house is the most powerful. So what the other thing it was saying is this in general, when you look here, is you can see the transits of planets as they transit through your houses or those signs. In my particular, since I'm Aries rising, it would be, you know, as it is here, you know, Aries the 1st, 2nd. So when anything transits through Taurus, it'll do better than if it was to transit through Libra, even if it was anything else.
Because the house itself is strong.
The house itself is strong, or so the sign itself.
So in other words, for you, for example, that you have 17 points in your 7th house, it doesn't matter what's transiting Libra, it's going to be rough.
It's going to be rough. Yeah, I had Saturn go through my Libra, and it was rough. I've had so many different things go through Libra. It's always been something
always rough.
It's always rough whenever anything goes through Libra for me. And Cancer is a bit of a mixed bag. I actually did have quite Jupiter in Cancer was interesting for me. There's a lot of growth. Like Jupiter was very spiritual when it went through through Cancer for me. There was a lot of spiritual growth, but I mean it was fairly okay materially. It was very interesting. I did a lot of yagyas at that time. I was in Ketu Mahadasha, and that's another thing we have to always.
2014 more or less, right?
Huh? Yeah.
That was like 2013, 2014.
Yeah.
About 6 years ago, it had to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was an interesting. So yeah, so whenever anything that I did a lot, I was in Ketu Mahadasha, so that's also important to take, Right. And so then the other thing is, what, as you can see that, how planets are moving. So, my 8th house, that's in the lower range. The 9th house is not so good, but it's passable. Capricorn, my 10th house is higher than average. And then 11th house is pretty good. So they say that looking in the 9th, the 10th, and the 11th is pretty much like your material life. And how good those are sitting is how good your material life is going to go. Obviously, 12th house.
It's more like public life.
Yeah, your public life.
Yeah, the 9th, 10th, 11th is like, it's like from an Indian perspective, it's material life because they're so unindividualized
right.
as a culture. So to them, we got to keep these things in context.
Exactly. Well, that's why it's good. That's why I'm reviewing this with you.
Yeah, when they say material life, what their idea of material life is how somebody is seen and, you know, able to contribute to society. Like that's the whole measure. So that, yeah, that's what we're going to see between the 9th, 10th, and the 11th house.
Right. So yeah, it's very interesting to see these things, how it works out in your life. So then there's these other things here, the ascendant, the sun, the moon, Mars, Mercury. So these are the other planets and how they interact as they're passing along. And obviously, you know, there's not too many good numbers in my 7th house as we look. There's 4, 2, 1, 1, 3, 5, 3, and 2. So that's really not, there's not much going on there. And the 4th house has pretty decent numbers. So even so as planets transit through there, I have an 8, I have a 6, 5s, which are, so Ashtakavarga, it goes from 0 to 8. So generally speaking, when I look at this chart, this is a very good way to look at transits. Many times people get very excited about the fact that a planet's going to be moving somewhere. But then if you look at the Ashtakavarga, it might not be so well. And so that's why, you know, I tend to, some people have talked to me and they're like, hey, you know, you should do videos where you talk about how all the different signs are going to be affected by different transits and things. And I mean, I think that's something that would be fun, and it's kind of like, you know, eye candy astrology. But really, for me as an astrologer and just in my personal life, I tend to look more what's going on with the Ashtakavarga, and as far as, you know, how is this transit going to be affecting me? You know, because it can be, I think, you know, it's fun to say, oh, well, you know, I have this planet going here, but how's it really going to act in your life?
Yeah.
That's what you got to look at the Ashtakavarga for.
Yeah, and you know, it's layers of stuff always, right? Like
Right. Also, your
like with
dashas.
you,
The dashas are so important too.
yeah, and then also like with you, for example, that you are a sun Atmakarka.
Right.
So what's happening with the sun is particularly important in general. Let's, you know, like as far as the strength of the sun, and then also what dasha you're in, and also, so you're in Venus still, right?
Yes. Yes. I'm in Venus until 2022.
All right, okay.
And then I'm going to move into, let's see here. It's right here because it's my chart.
So when Venus is going into, when in your life, since you have such a high score of Venus in Cancer,
Right.
have you noticed? Because usually that's the summer.
Right.
You usually have like amazing summers.
Tend to. Usually, you know what ends up happening is people will invite me places. Like what will happen? Like I went to New Vrindavan and I had a lot of fun in New Vrindavan in a summer. I've gone on trips. Usually, I end up going on trips on summer. In the summer, I end up having pretty nice summers actually. When that happens, usually, yeah, I usually make friendships in the summer. Good things usually happen for me
And
when.
then let me see, go back.
Okay, sure.
Because I want to see, because I know you also have a Mercury very high score, so I want to see.
Right.
So
Yeah,
when
my
you,
Mercury,
what
when it's
about
in Taurus, when
when
Mercury's
it's
in Taurus, it's 8.
So like now, right? Or where is it now?
Let's see. Well, I was looking at, this is when June 30th, 2020 is when Jupiter's going to go back into Sagittarius. I
Huh?
was just, June 30th, 2020 is when Jupiter is going to go back into Sagittarius.
Okay.
And then August 1st is when Venus goes into Gemini. So that's a long time that it's going to be sitting there.
In Taurus.
Yeah. All the way until August 1st.
Okay.
That's a
So
long
what does that
time.
mean?
That means that most of us are going to be under the reign of Venus and Taurus here for a while. And depending on your Ashtakavarga, that would determine, how all those Venusian things go. And especially, income. I really think that people that have good Venus Ashtakavarga are going to be able to be the ones that, and Jupiter as well. There's a lot of factors, but Jupiter and Venus are the primary wealth bringers. But since Jupiter's going to be moving into the realm of Saturn, he's going to be a little bit hindered. So I think the real place that you're going to want to look is where Venus is in your chart in the Ashtakavarga to see how the wealth distribution is going to be going.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see
Yeah, I was
here.
just wondering, like, just because you have such a contrast with the strengths, because I don't have any eights, so like I'm trying to, you just to like show as an example, I have sevens, but I don't have any eights, and
Right.
most people don't have eights. Just FYI, after looking at whatever 15,000 charts at this point.
Mm-hmm.
I would say maybe 1 in 20, 1 in 15 people have an 8, just 1 8. What have you
Yeah,
noticed?
you've got a point. We did it before, and there's been a few eights, but they're usually exceptional people. Exceptional people have eights usually.
Yeah, exceptional.
I've done charts for people that are pretty exceptional, and they usually have an 8 somewhere or 2.
Yeah, I like weird sometimes too. Don't.
Huh?
I said exceptional can also mean weird. Can also just mean like, exceptional meaning like an exception, not
Right.
good or bad necessarily. Like extreme kind of like people who don't do the things that everybody else does.
Right. Well,
Like
they're not the
there's
sheep.
something good or
So
bad.
right now, Mercury is in Aquarius.
Yeah.
So let's check this out. Mercury is going to be in Aries.
Well, that's why
in
Venus
May.
has to slow down to wait for. Yeah, it does this thing every 18 months.
Then, okay, so Mercury, let's see here. June. It like goes from it's in Taurus there. Wow, it's speeding through Taurus. It's moving 2 degrees a day. 3 sometimes. So pretty much the month of May, it's going to be in Taurus.
Well, sounds like it's going to be.
Yeah, May sounds like it's going to be a good month for me.
Yeah.
Venus is going to be a 6, and Mercury is going to be. I think when Venus moves into, sometimes I get inspired to write, and sometimes it's very hard. And I wonder the track of how the track of Mercury affects that. Because sometimes it's like, wow, it's like I have unlimited inspiration, and sometimes it's like, oh my god, I'm like it's like drawing blood just to get a sentence out. So I wonder.
What about now?
It's like has middling. So it's a 5. You see, it's a 5.
Mercury in Aquarius. Okay. So it still has to go through all that situation. Alrighty. And what else was I gonna ask you? Oh yeah, so what about when things go through Cancer, since you have such a high?
Generally speaking, they're good. It's just that they expand. The best word that I would use to define it absolutely would be expand. Whatever it is, when it goes through Cancer, it'll do what it's supposed to, but like bigly. Like when Mars goes into Cancer, very emotional, like almost unhinged kind of. You know, Jupiter was there, and I was like doing yajnas all the time, which is a bit, especially because that whole pushya thing.
Right.
That's the more way that it looks, the way that it manifests itself. And then the sun in Cancer. I usually feel very positive when it's the summer. I always feel good when it's the summer. I guess also because I'm so sun Atmakaraka, and that's when the sun is giving its most light. And I prefer like heat to cold. I mean, I suppose that there's some people that'd be interesting to do just an analysis on charts and see who likes the cold and who likes the hot, and see if there's a correlation.
These people that I'm staying with, they're all pretty hot people. I'm like freezing. Me and the grandma are freezing. Everybody else is hot. Everybody doesn't feel the cold.
Yeah, I like it. I like to be warm. I like to be warm.
Yeah.
I prefer it when it's warmer outside, or
Yeah, I prefer when it's warm, but summers. Okay, we could look at mine.
Yeah, I got you on here.
Okay, go ahead. Because I'm sure it's also going to reflect my situation with that, which I was going to say is like summers are not usually.
Right. Well, that's Venus. That's your Atmakaraka's Venus, which is the other crew, which is friends with Saturn, right?
Right.
Here, let's see. Let's open you up. Okay.
You got like battle of the conspiracy theories going on Facebook right now.
I know. All I know is it's true that comet is called C19. That's crazy.
And when did they name it that?
Whenever they found it, it's Comet 19. That's what it stands for, but it's called C19.
I mean, all of this started last year. It was 2019. Yep. Why is that so crazy?
I don't know. They say that it's going to grow. I mean, as Neela says, I don't really trust anything that NASA has to say. But they say, now, I looked, it's not that the mass is going to be, like, there's a difference between mass as far as strength of something and, like, just volume.
Uh-huh.
So the comet is going to be 5 times the size of Jupiter.
I'm letting everybody see the surroundings. I'm listening to you.
So the comet is going to be 5 times the size of Jupiter, according to what they're saying. But the mass isn't going to be the same. It's just going to, the comet itself is just going to create all these vapors and trails, and it's just going to grow to be a huge thing.
What's supposed to be the effect on the planet?
Well, this is the thing. A lot of New Age people, well, not only New Age people, the guy that I follow, Thomas Sheridan, the Druid, he's saying he thinks this would be the start of a new age. Like what he says is that 2020 is going to be what all the hippies said 2012 was going to be.
The Mayan calendar.
Yeah, like the switch, the coming of a new age. And I mean, I guess it's kind of like what we were talking about, the heralding of the new time of Pluto. When Pluto moves into Capricorn, it's like heralds in a new time. And this comet might be the same thing, like it's heralding in a new time. We don't have any remembrance of when this comet last came, but our records of history only go back so far. So some of these comets go on trajectories that are thousands and tens of thousands and hundreds of thousands of years. So we don't really know how often these comets come and go. But here's the interesting thing. Both the comet and this asteroid, which I forget the name of it, but you can look it up, they're both going to show up at the exact same day. And the comet is going to be
What does it mean it's going to show up? We're going to be able to see them, or
yeah, what? The comet we're going to be able to see, and the asteroid we're going to be able to see.
Like we're going to see it like going by, or
yeah, it's going to be in the sky for days,
right?
Huh?
It goes fast, no?
The comets tend to take several days to weeks.
Oh,
Even.
so it will be visible in the sky for several days? What
Yeah,
about the asteroid?
they go by quicker, but they're both going to be in the sky at the same time.
What
Not
time? What is
exactly the
that?
same place, but April 30th,
April 30th.
which
Okay.
is considered to be a high holy day for the pagan people.
What is it?
It's called Beltane. It's the first. It's like the bringing. It's like the bringing of spring or the renewal, the harvest. And the interesting thing is the comet's going to be green. Why is it's going to be a green comet? And we're going to see it next to Venus.
Interesting.
It's going to be in. It's going to be in Taurus. It's going to be. It's going to go. It's going to be right in the Criticus.
It's exactly 1 month from tomorrow, like one lunar month from tomorrow, because the moon is going to be back in Cancer
yeah.
for that, in Ashlesha. Well, at least at 6 p.m. on April 30th.
So that's when the comet is going to be in. It's going to be in Taurus, right next to Venus. Green comet, big, huge green comet.
Have you seen that thing that some of the, who was saying this? I don't know if it's the Mayan. Yeah, somebody who does the Mayan thing said April 4th is like the day that they're all waiting for to do like a bunch of ceremonies and all this other stuff. Which is
Interesting.
2 days from now. And the moon will be in Maga. I mean, other than that, they're like, because they always talk, people who don't know astrology, they're like, all the planets lining up. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. Like,
Whatever, man.
talking about right now?
They're
Like,
always lining up. What are you
I
talking
know,
about?
that's what I'm saying. I was like, if you look, you'll see that they do that often.
Yeah.
But I don't know. God bless them. It's okay. You know me. I gotta make fun of everybody. Equal opportunity.
Yeah, equal opportunity.
Making fun of everybody's status.
So yeah, the symbol, it's funny. It's a green comet, and the celebration is the pagans. They worship this plant deity called the Green Man, and it's a green comet, and it's going to be happening like when this celebration is worshiping the renewal of life on the earth. So that's why they're putting some significance, and it's interesting to think about. So this is the thing, I think, as far as that C19 comet. I think they're scared because this thing, like, we don't know. Like, if it's that big, this is the first time we're dealing with a comet that big. And the kind of electromagnetic energy and radiation that thing's going to create, they're saying there's a chance we could, like, move near the tail.
What does that mean?
Well, it has a huge tail to this comet, and as it's moving through the sky, it leaves a trail behind it of, like, particles and radiation and stuff. And, it's this big thing is to go next to us. So we're going to go where it went. And so it's going to leave some radiation. So there's some people, I mean, these aren't like necessarily experts, but there's some people, and they're saying, like, the thing about this comet and that radiation is we don't know what it's going to do to all those satellites. Like, it could knock down our communications as we know them.
Oh, so that's what the blackout might be?
Yeah, that you remember, I don't know if you saw an article by Anushri.
Yeah.
She was saying that sometime in May, early May or something, there could be some like blackout or something.
She said it? When did she say
Yeah, and the funny thing is that's when we're going to be moving. We're going to be moving in the streamer of where this comet had gone. So that's an interesting coincidence having to do, I mean, it's interesting. We don't know what is this going to do, but I mean, it's possible. This is what some people are saying they're worried about. Like, it could create an electromagnetic pulse if we move through the tail, and it could knock out all the technology that we have. So, that can cause mass, like, they don't, like, I mean, do they really know what's going to happen if how this comet's going to be 4 million miles away from us, but it's so huge that, like, do they really know what it's going to do? Does anybody know what it's going to do? So, like, who knows? I mean, I'm thinking, my little brain is thinking, oh, maybe they're making the virus look scary, so they'll get everybody indoors, so in case something really weird happens, they have us under control. And it's easier to tell people, oh, it's a virus, and say, yeah, there's some massive comet, and we really don't know what it's going to do, but it could be really bad. And then everyone freaks out. You tell them, oh, there's a virus, stay indoors, wash your hands, you know, and then it's easier to control people that way. And then that might explain why the tests are a little wacky, like, and there's the empty hospitals and the whole business.
Yeah, yeah, we don't know.
Yeah, it's how my brain works. I'm thinking about it. I'm like, oh, that's an explanation. It could be. There's a million things. That's the whole thing. What I was trying to get at, as far as Rahu, we don't know. It's all an illusion.
Even to this day, if we go back to all those dates, those dates that every 18, 19 years, even to this day, none of us have a 100% clear explanation.
Right? Yeah. No.
as to
There's
what
people say the
happened.
AIDS virus was government created.
Right. And 9/11.
9/11 is an inside job. I've been saying C-19 is an inside job now. That's the new.
Yeah. JFK. All of those are like.
Even the nuclear bomb, like that was all kept in secrecy.
All of those things we don't know. And then, you know, there's the whole thing of what the other thing that they all have in common is, well, like the secrecy thing, the unknown factor,
Right.
and also, well, a lot of them have to do with some kind of electromagnetic field,
Right.
or some kind, like technology that, you know, that comes about. So yeah, I mean, you know, then you look at the other things. But all right, so let me see mine. Put mine.
You okay? Where on yours?
No, I don't. It's still yours on this side.
Oh, really? I'm showing January 24th, 1977.
You have to probably like update it on the screen, on the, because here it's still showing yours.
Okay, here. And then share screen. Here we go. Okay, is it showing you now?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So the time of birth, you have this wrong.
Oh, the time of birth is wrong?
Yeah.
Okay, what's the time of birth?
7:45, and also the place is wrong. I was born in Harlem.
Okay.
You believe this guy? It's like, yeah, Brooklyn, whatever, something like that.
Okay.
Ay, ay, ay. All right. So here we go. So what did I want to see? Oh yeah, so you can see that
Your 10th house is the biggest.
Yeah, and then yeah, so like the 22 and 20, the 7th, 6th, and 7th are the weakest. So that's when things transit Gemini and Cancer, which is the most annoying time of the month for me, every single month.
Really?
Yeah, for sure. You know that.
Well, I thought you didn't like it from Aries on.
Yeah, but that's the most annoying crux. Like right now, we're in the middle of it. Like I'm like, okay, I'll cook fucking whatever, because it's like okay, we gotta tackle life, you know, because Gemini and Cancer is like, you know, like they're like, you know, it's like let's tackle life. I'm like, all right, I get in the kitchen, I do it, get, you know, whatever, but it's not, you know, it's like it's
Not
a lot
in your
of
flow.
huh?
You're not in your flow. So Libra, does good things happen with Libra for you?
Libra, I mean,
It's the
let's
biggest.
see. Yeah, so I haven't really thought about it. What was the last thing? Saturn. What was the last thing that was in Libra?
Jupiter was in Libra for a bit, like a
Oh yeah,
couple
so
years ago.
Jupiter was through. Oh yeah, well that's good. That was good because that was when Jupiter was in Libra. that was a good time with relationships and with my kids and money, everything.
Yeah, Jupiter. Yeah, 24. Yeah, the Sagittarius isn't really so hot for you.
No,
And
no,
but
that's
but
the hell that I've been through the last 3 years with all this stuff in Sagittarius. Like 100% of the last 3 years of my life. I
and
mean,
then Capricorn seems pretty good. That's a 31.
yeah, I feel way better now that stuff is moving into Capricorn. I mean, it's also because my expectations are on the floor. My expectations after all of that shit in Sagittarius are like, hey, you know what? Just be happy you're fucking alive. And just like, continuing another day. So yeah, it's great. It's awesome.
Yeah.
What else? Okay. So that's, yeah, Sagittarius. And then I'm trying to think, what were the years that Saturn was in Libra? Because that would be like,
That was like 20. Um, Here, I can look. I'll get the thing cooking.
I mean, it just went into Capricorn. So that means that from 2016 to 2019, it was in Sagittarius, which means that from
It was
2013,
like 20.
it was like 2011,
Saturn 2014.
yeah,
Uh,
2014 is when it
2013.
was in Scorpio still, right?
20. Yeah, Saturn is 0 degrees Libra in May of 2012.
Right, around that time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and then it was in Libra until, let's see here. Yeah, uh let's move on, Scorpio.
yeah, it was good. I didn't appreciate
Until
it.
2014. So 2012 to 2014.
Yeah,
Saturn's heavy. I mean, it's exalted in Libra, but still, um,
yeah.
Saturn in Libra for you and your Ashtakavarga is a 3. So that isn't so,
So
you're
yeah, so that's true. So what we would like to really see, it would be like the sevens, right? Like to see
yeah,
the seven. So like 7 Venus in Aquarius, which yes, I always like that, and Venus in Scorpio, which yeah, that's fall and winter months as far as luck goes. Like I don't like the cold, but things go better for me when it's not the summer.
in Jupiter Jupiter in is a 7 for you in Libra. Um, Venus is a 7 for
Where are
you.
you seeing that?
Oh wait, never mind. I'm looking at the wrong place. I was trying to find the dates. I'm looking at something else. I'll go for you. Yeah, okay. Venus, yeah, for you, right. In Aquarius and Scorpio. Yeah. It's a
Yeah,
6.
so we're just doing this so you guys see what it is, so you guys see, okay, how do I really tell? So like when they give you those, when you listen to Joni Patry or you listen to somebody who goes sign by sign, you should notice that it's going to show you what houses are activated, but
Right.
whether something good is going to happen or not is going to depend on this.
Right, exactly.
So the thing is to listen to that and then look at your chart and look at the Ashtakavarga and see what taking into consideration your planetary period dashas,
Hmm.
and then seeing what the points are for that transit of the Ashtakavarga for you.
Exactly.
So, yeah, It's funny because I've been really only using the regular dashas lately. Have you still been using the other ones? Sometimes?
No. Somebody was talking about Mula Dasa, which is dashas, which is very interesting, but still, I'm gonna say that there's a lot of too many astrologers that I talk to are technically good, but there's just a lot of self-fulfilling prophecy involved with a lot of what they have to say.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, like it's more about recognition for them and like being right. And like they don't care if they're imposing their will on somebody's, psyche
Right.
and making it right because they said it. And I
Exactly.
guess, like I didn't care before that much or whatever. Not that I didn't care, I didn't think about it.
Mhm.
Like I did. I was just like, okay, well, I'm gonna be an astrologer, so I need to, you know, answer. And I would get so much like accurate feedback, but then I'm like, shit, maybe I made them think that, maybe I
Yeah, I try and avoid that now.
imposed that in them.
Yeah, I tell people like I don't need to prove to myself that I'm accurate anymore because I already know that I am. It's more for me that I'm trying to help this person like on an internal level.
Yeah, I'm getting cold, so I'm gonna bring this
Okay.
inside.
It's been
I mean,
yeah, it's
it's
been
still sunny, but it's, the temperature's not that.
yeah, it's one in the 50s or 60s or something
Yeah,
here.
I think it's supposed to be like a little warmer tomorrow.
Yeah, it's gonna start going up slowly but surely.
I'm gonna go sit by the fireplace because yes. I love the smell of the wood burning. Oh my God, I wish you guys could smell this. I wish we had smell-o-vision.
Yeah, no, I love the smell of wood burning fires.
Oh, here, you can really see it.
Oh, that's so nice. That's so nice. There you go.
Yeah, I've been sitting here a lot. I'm gonna burn my ass. All right, so I guess we covered.
We covered what we wanted to talk about. It's good. Sometimes it's good um, to make it. It's been about an hour almost, which is a pretty
Okay,
good sized video.
okay. All right, so we'll talk to you guys soon,
Yeah,
right?
we'll just yeah, exactly. We'll
Three
talk to you guys
volunteers.
soon. We'll do this more often. Jai Shri Krishna, Radhe Radhe. Jai Shri
Happy,
Ram, Happy Ram Nami.
happy Ram Nami. 3 volunteers we need.
3 people. So yeah, we'll be putting this up on YouTube and Facebook, and contact us. Let us know what's going on. We'd be happy to do some readings for people. I'm certain there's people that would want readings. So just let us know. Um, here.
All right, talk to you soon.
Yeah, Jai.
Radhe Radhe.